Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Presents Slasher Party. My name is Sean,
I'm Missy.
and we are joined once again by author extraordinaire Ivy Tholen. Ivy, thank you for going on this Hell Motel journey with us.
Thank you for having me. It's fun watching this with people because this is a fun show.
Dude, this show, so happy.
It's
So,
awesome.
so happy. Okay, so this is full spoiler, so we're doing like a wrap up. So if you're not watching the show, don't fucking listen to us. Go watch the fucking show and come back. Now, last week we had two episode premiere. This week on Tuesday we had episode 3, Mirror Moves, and okay, oh, man, there's so much to love here. Do we?
There's
So
so
I
much to
know
love here.
Missy and I both have. I mean I'm like I don't know that I'm right, but I'd almost be willing to bet a finger I'm right.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I mean, it's when I thought of this last night, I was like,
Okay.
"Oh my God, it's the most obvious fucking thing in the world. It's so obvious that you wouldn't see it." So, let do we want to jump right into theories, or should we kind of run through the episode first?
I'll start with a theory because I don't have a theory.
Okay, so give us a
Okay.
theory.
This is
Hit us.
interesting because the way that the show is playing out, it's not using a lot of the usual tricks and things that you see that are really easy to see through and really easy to figure out. Oh, obviously it's this person because they want me to think it's this, but really it's this is happening. Like it's very easy to kind of unravel a lot of this stuff. This show is
Hmm.
not doing that. And there is a murder in this episode that is so horrifying. My theory is they're all fucking killers. Every single last one of them. I don't know who is the mystery Baphomet, but I think they're all murderers, and I think there's a reason or something like that. These are not innocent people.
I mean, that's great, and I
Yeah.
think I think you're right. And whether or not they were murderers when they walked into the building, I don't
They will
know,
be when
but
they leave.
Right.
they will be
Right.
when they leave. And I had thought, like, is there like a possession thing? Because they mentioned in this episode like, the portal is open or whatever, and several
Hmm.
times that was talked about. Um, we see some backstory on Crow. Missy, talk about this episode and watching it, how you got to your theory, and then give us your theory.
Okay. Well, I think my favorite thing, like, I was excited the moment this episode opened because Ruby tries to put Portia's heart back in and thinks she'll wake up, and it makes this squelching noise, and it it looked good, it sounded good, it made me fucking happy.
I love a squelchy, squishy heart in a movie.
Right?
You don't want it. You want it to have some. Ugh, ugh.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, that whole opening with Ruby finding Portia was great. I mean, especially since she's wearing a T-shirt that says "killer" on the front of it.
yeah.
It's some band T-shirt. I don't know who the Bygones are, but it says "killer" on the front of it. But the whole sequence with the heart, I thought was really really cool. Um, that and I All right. I'm not sure exactly where I came to my conclusion, but there is a point where two Baphomets fight. And I was staring at them thinking about Kirsten because she always calls out about body types and you can't tell. And
Right.
I never think to look at that, but she always does. um, but it's a cool scene. We know one is Floyd Dantry, and I was really trying to stare at the body types and I couldn't tell anything. But I think that's where it kind of clicked. And I mean, I don't know if I'm right, but my I think that Andy is the third Baphomet.
Ooh.
And I have a list.
Okay.
I have a list. Um
Which one is he?
He's
he,
the professor.
Okay,
yeah,
the academic guy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that guy. Um
I just turned on the beginning of episode 1 because I could not remember what half of these people were there for when I watched it earlier. So I just
okay.
watched it. They call him the academic one. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. I think he's the third Baphomet. Um and I've rewatched all the episodes, but I was really looking at episodes 2 and 3. All right, so first, multiple characters have referred to him as a pussy. They think he's weak. Um, so the best way to hide in plain sight is to make people think you're weak when you're strong.
Right.
Um, in episode 2, Crow goes out in the storm to find
Yep.
help. Floyd follows him and is going to kill him. Andy's the one who intervenes. He shows up and it doesn't happen. Then later, actually, no, I think this is when I started to really think it was him. Andy tells Crow that he's becoming judge and jury and next is executioner, and I won't allow that to happen. Well, it does happen. And I think he's coming for retribution. Then when Floyd is coming to kill Andy, and he says he's coming to kill him, and that he's gonna rip him to pieces. This is the first time in all 3 episodes. Every time somebody has, like, they've referenced somebody's gonna die a certain way, they do, and he doesn't. He does not die.
Oh.
But everything else, whenever they talk about something like the cook getting cooked and Portia's heart being ripped out, then it happens later.
Right.
When the ghost of Caitlin talks to Crow when he's having the trippy shaman vision, what she says, I wrote it down. The gateway is still open, my love. Must be closed. Find woman, kill her. Horns. 2, a man, 2 together, 2, Andrew, 1. And then when Baphomet is stalking Crow, when we get the scene with the two of them,
Mm-hmm.
I think the second one is Floyd, not the first. The first one, I think, was Andy coming for Crow, and then Floyd shows up looking.
Oh.
So that's my list. That's my reasoning. I mean, I may be completely off, but
No, that's really good reasoning because, like, you're definitely, I mean, all of it's right. But what really struck me right off the bat was, like, one of your first points was, like, it's very, like, this guy's a pussy, you know, whatever. It's like the hiding in plain sight.
oh, and Floyd has called him that multiple times, but
Yes.
The psycho chick,
Adriana.
she has, there was somebody else too. Because now that I've realized that usually that they've been calling out people's death, I'm really paying attention to the words people use.
That's smart.
That scene is on in the background with the ghost. She very clearly says Andrew. I didn't even notice that. I thought she was talking to what's his name. I thought that was his name.
No, her husband was named something else. I don't remember.
No, I thought
but it wasn't Andrew.
The guy, what is the idiot that was Crow? I thought it was Crow. I thought Crow's name was Andrew for a second. I don't know.
I feel like at some point somebody asked him what his real name was. I don't remember if he said.
Yeah, he said he didn't tell him. He said it was Crow, but Andy has been calling him Carl.
That's it.
And they kind of struck up a friendship, so.
That's it. It's interesting that Crow would strike up a friendship with Andy if he was maybe. So I love this. Like, now we get this 10 years before, and we're like, oh shit, Crow has an agenda well beyond what we've seen, right? So that was interesting.
I forgot that was 10 years before.
10 years before. So, and it's interesting. First of all, dude, back in like the early 2000s, like when I still lived in Chicago, I smoked salvia so many fucking times and nothing ever happened. And people would be like, bro, it made me feel like cosmic spider webs were cracking my skull. And I'm like, what? Like literally, like pilgrimages out in a full moon into the middle of the fucking woods. Nothing. Anyway.
Why would would you do it like a third time if nothing happened the first two?
Because you know why? Because when I was in high school and I started smoking pot, it took me like 40 times for pot to work. I'm not even kidding
heard of
you.
that. I've heard of that. I think that was exclusive to the weed back then, though. I don't think that
Yeah,
the
I'm
weed.
sure it was. Yes, yes.
But
I'm
I've heard
sure it
people
was.
say that when they did that in high school. Yeah, I've heard that.
So I love that we're getting this, like, okay, he goes there and like sits at the, the base of the fucking pentagram and like smokes this shit and like has a vision or whatever. The whole thing with the cop and the other guy was super bizarre, and holy
Yeah.
Longlegs death at the end, right? Like I was like, somebody else liked Longlegs as much as I did. Pounding his fucking head into the fucking table.
Yeah, I didn't quite get like the connection with that.
Well, that's so
Like it
weird
feels
because
really disjointed.
it does, but the one thing I took away from that guy, Davin Renee, before he kills himself, when he's in the room by himself, he's looking at that one-way glass and he sees Baphomet. Now, I don't
Yeah.
know if that's in his head. I don't know, like, if they were showing us what he's seeing or if it's really, I don't know. I don't know what that meant. But obviously, then this whole episode was leading us in a certain way with Crow. And then it ends with him getting, I don't know what, fucking 7 nails pounded in the base of his
9
skull.
or 10.
9.
10.
10.
Oh,
Brutal.
that was
I don't know
brutal.
if there's like some kind of significance to
Oh, I was
the
thinking,
nails, but
I was thinking like the 10 of Swords then, like Ruin,
oh
isn't,
shit, maybe.
what
Yeah,
does the Ten of Swords mean?
like it can mean catastrophe.
right. Ruin.
Kind of like an end of things.
The end. Right.
The end, indeed.
Which it is the end of Crow.
Mhm.
But
Well,
so
we think he was still alive at the end of the episode.
How? That's my
Yeah.
question. How was he still alive? How?
I had the same question because he looked pretty dead, and then also
Huh.
like he's strong enough to be able to speak loud enough for them to draw them downstairs. Like that seemed weird, but
Right.
whatever. I'm nitpicking.
No, you're not. They hammered nails into his head and big ones. Like that's not a nit.
Actually, they
Well, we
weren't
don't
that
know how
big.
they didn't
They
look that
looked
big.
big.
They
They
didn't
look
look that
big to
big.
me.
It's a specific kind of nail, and I can't think of what it's called, but it's not it's like a oh God, it's on the
Yeah,
tip
they
of my
weren't
tongue.
like big paneling nails or anything.
No, they're not like drywall nails or anything like that.
Maybe because it was so close up. The gore is really intense in this.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good.
The gore is so good.
It's so good, and the sound goes so well with it. So it
Yeah.
just it's just scrumptious.
What is Andy's motive?
I don't know. I don't know what a lot of these people's motives are yet, but
We should ponder that while we continue watching the show. Because I'm
Well,
curious.
it could
It's a
just
good-
be that he's read up on this stuff and believes in it, and is so trying to to open the portal or whatever for himself.
right. Maybe.
Or it could be he's trying to do some sort of experiment that he can write about and get
Could be.
published with.
Could be.
Maybe.
I mean, Shirley is obviously like a very smart woman. Like I would say, academic to some degree, not a professor, but she is the brains, and
Floyd.
Floyd, he's like the brawn, right?
Hmm. And he listens to her. He does what she tells him.
Yes, and so Andy could be another. Like academics are often wooed by think of like Evil Dead 2013, like the guy that can read Latin is like, well, since I can read Latin, I should probably read this out loud as as much as I can.
Never read the Latin.
Yeah, how about it?
Never read the Latin.
Okay. Who does Adriana fuck obsessively?
Serial killers.
Who does she fuck in the second episode?
Blake.
The only person she's fucked. I figured by now she would have fucked half the fucking hotel. Only person she's only shown only interest in.
But he survived a mass. Like she was all about the scars.
But he survived, right? Did he survive because he's the fucking killer?
Oh.
And also,
Do
somebody
you think
said
she has an innate ability.
No, I think she researched shit and she knows, but she's not letting it. Because clearly, when they hook up, there's no discussion, right? She's not fawning over him as a serial killer, whatever. But I think she obviously does her homework, and I think we haven't seen what happened to him yet, but she knows all about it. She spoke
Right.
as if she was very familiar, and that fits with the true crime, whatever. So I think she either knows or thinks that she knows that he was the killer. And also, I didn't get this. Somebody in this episode this week said, okay, so after they kill Ruby and just like, dude, that fucking scene was nuts. Like Adriana was like a fucking tiger. And that's a red herring, 100% guaranteed.
Right.
Because it's a red herring for Shirley and Floyd as well. But when they're like coming down from that and the killers are all together and Crow is like, she shouldn't have invited smart people or whatever. He's using this to and then Shirley starts kind of stroking Adriana's ego because I think she's like, okay, this chick might be the person we're looking for. And then Blake is like, guys, we just killed someone. And I think it's Adriana says, look, I know this place is I forget if it's her or Crow. I think it's Crow says, I know this place is painful for you or has painful memories for you or something.
Comes from a
But
place
for me,
of
it's
trauma.
a source of deep knowledge. But why does that place have that for Blake? I didn't understand that.
Well, he said it's a place of deep trauma because of what you went through.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was...
It was Crow. Crow says it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was alluding to something we haven't seen or don't know yet, or if he was making comparison. But yeah, when you say it like that, it was probably a comparison.
I think it was just a comparison because, I mean, at least the story so far is that he survived some kind of mass murdering. He was stabbed.
Yeah, and I mean, how many times have we seen this? I can't give you a specific example, but where like the person that survives is the survivor is actually the person that killed everybody, right? Like it's a little bit of a trope. The other fucking thing, how does Shirley know which Baphomet to point that flare gun at? You know how she knows?
Was she shooting it at one of them? I thought she was shooting it between them.
No, because one of them's on the ground and one of them's standing up, and it goes towards the one standing up. You know how she knows? Because she's in league with both of them. That's my theory. That I'm not so sure about. Blake, I would bet a finger almost. But
I could see her doing that. I could see her doing that.
It just seems like, how would you possibly know? And then, she goes over like, are you okay? Whatever he answers, she knows which one is in front of her. But yeah, I don't know. We need to see more about Blake, and I'm assuming we're gonna get. I keep picturing. Remember, like the first season of American Horror Story. What's the
where we don't get the Evan Peters story until
and then
like
you get
4
it,
or
right?
5 episodes in.
Yes, and then you get it. That's what I'm anticipating with Blake. We don't get it, it's fine. But that's exactly what's been in my mind since episode 1.
A big reveal that changes, like when you see that Evan Peters episode, like it changes your entire experience.
Exactly.
Because you no longer see him as, like, you see him differently.
Yeah. And the other thing is Shirley doesn't seem concerned. How many people they don't have their 9 anymore? Because the other Baphomets killed how many of them? 3
have died. Well, because when they're talking, her and Floyd, she says 3 people have already died and none of them are ours.
But ours is in her and Floyd's. I think she's not really that concerned because I think either which way she's the kills are counting for her because she's in league with the other one. Just a thought. I'm not super sure about that, but that scene with the flare gun. I mean, how would you know which one you're looking at? They're identical.
I thought she was just shooting it close to them. I'll have to watch that scene again. I was really looking at them, like trying to see if I could discern body type or anything like that.
That's what I looked like the first time.
But she's definitely been feeling people out. She was up talking to the artist guy, Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Trying to, it kind of feel him out, and he said he feels like a fraud and blah blah blah, and telling Adriana you're a hero, and like she's playing him,
Yeah.
and she plays Floyd all the time. Like she reads people and she knows how to give them what they want. I think you're totally right about that.
I think both of these are plausible theories. I
Mm-hmm.
really do, which is pretty interesting. Because usually you can't get to, I mean, I guess they benefit from being a series and not a movie, but usually you can't get to full fleshed out potential theories out of a slasher. So I guess, yeah, having more episodes.
But this is an 8-hour slasher, so they have more time.
You're also not wrong, Ivy, because maybe they're not all killers, but by the end, maybe. I mean, even, that's the thing, like Blake, he seems so like that didn't make any sense to me that he was one of those people in that. I would have saw Crow first. Well, I guess Crow was in it, but like I don't know, that it seemed weird to me. Um,
That is weird, but it also could be fear.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what I took it as, because he seems like, I thought he might be one of the only actually nice people, but I mean,
Yeah.
your theory is a good one. I didn't see it.
It's
Um,
just the
but
she fucked him. It's gotta be.
I think that I just took it as fear because he did the same thing, like when she pretty much raped him.
Yeah.
He just kind of, I mean, he says no several times. She kind of does her thing, and when she's done, he kind of plays along to get her to undo the cuffs, and as soon as she does, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like he's out the door. Especially after she goes on her tangent about, well, we'll get a book deal for you, and
Right.
I'll be an actress, and so who do you want to kill next, and blah blah blah. Like he seemed scared and repulsed by all of it.
He did, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so far he kind of, like, I think most of them are bad people, but he felt like the odd man out.
He
It was
did.
a reaction out of everybody when it happened. All of the people who were murdering her were bad, but every single one of those other people who just kind of went, "Oh, okay, this is happening," and just allowed all of it to happen. Not the murder itself, but when they tied her up and all of that. Every single
Mm-hmm.
person had no problem with it. They were all like, even actress girl
Well, she
who had a
tried
problem
to,
with it, she just let it
right,
go.
She
She
let it
just
go,
let it
but
go.
also, I
because
mean,
they
in that
threatened her.
situation, what are you gonna fucking do? Like,
The
it
number
becomes
they
a
had
thing.
numbers, so it could have been just a head to head, but like there could have been a compromise there. They could have fought for some sort of compromise, like let's lock her in a room but not tie her up with a staring at her dead wife.
Right.
So there wasn't any of that, and whenever I saw that, I was like, every single person in this story would murder someone to save their own ass, at least.
Yeah.
These are not good people.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. They're all good theories, though.
How beneficial for us that they're not good people. It's so hard to pin it down. There is no. I mean, it's kind of like to make everybody look guilty, and like, okay, well then, where do I even fucking start?
I just realized this feels like a reality show, and you're waiting for your least favorite contestants to get killed off.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Wow, somebody should maybe pitch them to do a reality show version of this. Well, I mean, but you'd have to
There
not
is
actually
one.
kill the
That's
people.
there is one. It's called Traitors. It's a murder mystery.
Oh,
It's
really?
fantastic.
Oh,
Alan
jeez.
Cumming hosts it. Alan Cumming hosts it, and it takes place in in Scotland. And it's
Ooh,
ridiculous. And they have like CD list celebrities on it. I watched the third season because there was a drag queen on it. And Bob the drag queen. Fantastic. And
the drag queen. Oh man, I love that.
yes, she's amazing. She's amazing. But it is it's a bunch of like famous ish people, and a couple of them are the traitors, and secretly they plan who they're going to murder. and then they all are trying to figure out who the traitors are. And then since it's people like that have been on Survivor, people have been on Big Brother, I was not aware there's like a whole like ecosystem and industry of these people that just go on these different kind of shows like
Oh
Survivor
my
and
God.
stuff. It seems like it's very deep. It's frightening, but they were very conniving and sneaky and very interesting. But it's all about who's getting murdered next, and is this person going to survive, and it's fun to watch.
Wow. I can't do reality uh
Me neither.
at all. But Scotland sounds good, but I just can't do reality.
I can do anything where they need talent. Like that's why I like RuPaul's Drag Race, because they have to be able to come up with an outfit, do their makeup, do a
Right,
performance,
right.
like anything with that I can handle. Traders was just because Bob the Drag Queen was on.
Fair.
But generally I can't either. It makes me sad. Anything where like real people are being followed around, it just makes me sad for everyone involved.
I feel like the stuff with talent, like that's the Project Runway kind of end of it, right? And that's like, I feel like, I guess that's reality TV, but that's not what I think of when I think of reality TV. I think of like, you know,
Kardashian, Real
10 cunts in a house and one of
Housewives.
them's got to leave every week or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, there's an idea. Throwing it out there to all the major networks. 10 cunts in a house. I would gladly not get paid for that title if I could just turn on the TV one day and see like this week on ABC, 10 cunts in a house.
I like that you chose ABC because I feel like that's the network least likely to put that on.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about the
That's a
networks
Fox
anymore.
show through and through.
So okay, so what else happened in this episode? What what is the deal with this cop?
I don't know. Like
I need to have this scene explained to me because I've watched this 3 times. I don't understand what the scene is. When the guy is being interrogated and he's handcuffed, is that the cop you're
Mhm.
talking about? What is
Yeah.
happening
Well,
there? Who is this person? I don't understand what this is.
so okay, so Crow has his vision. He goes
And
to
he
this
goes to the
cop.
cop.
And he
Okay.
tells the cop, I had this vision, 22, blah, blah, blah. And the cop's like, 22, that's interesting. And I don't remember how 22 makes him land on this guy, Davin, I think his name's Davin Renee. And he's like, yeah, his story checked out, but he like stalked a stripper and, off 35 and blah, blah, blah. I never, really liked him. So that's how they bring this guy back in. But the thing about the scene that I'm fine with it, because actually the lighting in the interrogation room, there's like a point where the cop is talking to this guy and they look like they're suspended in like black nothing.
Mhm.
It's such a cool scene.
Mhm.
But I'm like, then the cop goes out and he's talking to Crow, and it's almost like the way the scene plays, he should be talking to like his superior. I'm like,
Right.
why would he be keeping Crow? He's like, I can't keep him here any longer. Oh, well, then Crow's like, go in and ask him if, like, I don't understand why all of a sudden this cop works for Crow.
Right. Why he goes along with it.
It
That
doesn't
whole
make any
scene,
sense.
it kind of threw me off. It just feels disjointed and I don't get the purpose of it really. But maybe we'll get more later with this
That's
cop or
kind
something.
that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I can't imagine that's going to be that for that. Like, that just seems like it would be weird.
Unless the only thing I thought, I mean, I have nothing to back it up, is that maybe the cop was involved.
It definitely crossed my mind. And he says, like, I've been trying to solve that case my whole career or whatever.
Hmm.
He looks
That
so
was my
familiar.
assumption. That was my assumption, and why not the cop necessarily, but my assumption was that we hadn't met the killer yet. And that's why I wasn't coming up with theories. It just doesn't feel to me. I'm not saying this is the case.
No, I got it.
Maybe it's just the way the show is playing out, but it doesn't feel to me like any of these people is really a mastermind behind any of this. So I was thinking, oh, we'll just meet the killer at some point.
Right, right. Yeah,
Right.
that's fair. You're not wrong.
I don't think I'm right. I don't think I'm right either, but you two, y'all got theories, and now you're making me think that there should be theories.
My theory about Blake, it requires a suspension of disbelief because he doesn't exactly feel that way. But I'm telling you, the fact that she fucks him, I'm just like, she knows something. as soon as we got to 10 years ago and like, okay, now we get new information on who Blake was before, or not, I'm sorry, who,
Crow.
who Crow was or who, what he did regarding this before. I'm like, we'll get more of that for other people for sure.
Hmm.
I mean, Blake is
Yeah.
him and Andy are the biggest mysteries. So, well, actually, I mean, actually, Adriana's a
Artist,
pretty big mystery too.
the artist guy. We
The
know nothing.
artist. Yeah,
Hawaiian.
the scene where Shirley talks him up with the sodas,
Hmm.
that scene right there, to me, if I was Kauaian, I'd be like, who the fuck is this chick? Like, it's like she's obviously feeling him. You know what I mean? Like the character
Hmm.
that she is when she comes in, they're like, oh my God, it's raining. The RV blew up. Oh, hell, is not the person that comes in with 2 cans of soda and is like, so, bro, tell me about your murder art. It's like just it's so not the character that she pretends to be when she meets them. And I feel like that should be standing. Like, if I was Kauaian, I'd be like, red flag right here.
Yeah, but these people don't have red flags. They're obsessed with true crime. They wanted to be part of this true crime creepy destination thing where they're going to stay in the motel and
The wildest thing about this is if this were real, people would do it. I'm sure these people.
oh yeah, for sure.
I just don't know one off the top of my head. Well, yeah, the Winchester House. People go there and just do
Yeah,
stuff.
I've been there. That's like the
Yeah,
tamest shit of all time.
but still, like people go to places like that. People go to places where there are murders, and
Well,
like,
but there's a difference between going to some place. No, I can't say well, I've been in like the dungeons of Edinburgh or whatnot, but I can't say I've been somewhere like this. But I could see like going there for like a tour. I
Right.
can't see like, oh, come and stay for the weekend. Like, fuck no. What are you
Right.
kidding?
This is like an immersive experience kind of
Which is
thing.
exactly what they call it, right? An immersive experience in a
Mm,
murder house.
right.
No.
They're not just doing a tour, like they're staying there, they're recreating photo shoots. Like
Yeah.
they were gonna have a seance. They're being served food that looks like dead people. And it
Yep.
really, I mean, I'm not gonna say who, it really reminded me of the thing from Yellow Jackets.
Yeah,
When
definitely,
we
definitely.
yeah.
And both Missy and Kirsten looked up to Amy Winehouse and tried to show it to me. I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to
you
see
Ivy
this.
found a better picture.
it was worse than I remembered. It was
Oh,
way
it's
worse than I
funny.
remembered.
Oh,
Ooh, it was
Doogie, what are you doing? That's so. Oh, it's just no
like
class. Oh,
like until now I had no opinion about Neil Patrick Harris except for that he's in Starship Troopers and I love that movie. But that cake thing makes me like him better.
oh man, it made
I
me
think it's
not like
so
him.
funny.
I want to go
it,
back. I want to go over to the Magic Castle and kick him in the nuts.
it's bad.
I think
Don't
it's hilarious.
Google it.
I mean, I guess it's because I like Amy Winehouse. If it had been Paris Hilton, I would have been like, that's fucking hysterical.
Yeah, you would
They
have.
when they did House of Wax, they sold See Paris Die merchandise. A
I
lot of
remember it
people,
being advertised that way.
yeah, a lot of people really wanted to see Paris die.
Any thoughts what the 10 nails? I guess we already covered that. Fuck. Did we? I think we already did this. I think we kind of ran it through. Um,
So where do you think it's going?
well, I definitely think I think the landscape has to change. I don't think this is going to be like the show until the end. Something big has to
Something's gonna
change.
flip.
Yeah, it
I don't know
has
what it
to.
is. I don't know what it is, but I feel like yeah, we don't have all the pieces yet. And there's gonna be a point, probably somewhere at the midpoint where like someone's gonna press a button
Hmm.
and the whole story's gonna flip.
This just feels like Canadian horror story to me.
You said that last week, and when I edited
I
it,
know.
I was like, she's so spot on.
Yeah.
That's so spot on. Okay, when you read the description, it says 10 people, right?
I've got IMDb up. Crow, Paige, Adriana, Ruby, Kawaiian, Shirley, Blake, Portia, Floyd, Andy, Hemingway, and then I think
That's
everything.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they say 10 because I think they're not count. Like the description, like 10 horror or true crime obsessed, but that's shorthand. They're not all the
Right.
true crime
They're
obsessed, right?
counting everybody.
So we've got 11 total people in this place, right? So we've already lost Hemingway, um, Ruby, Portia, uh,
And now
Crow
Crow.
so
So that's
is
4.
4. So it leaves us 7. So they don't have enough people to open their portal because they say 9, I believe, is what they need.
But
Do
4
they need
died
them to be
already.
alive?
No, well, I think they just need to kill them because she also stipulated. This is like this is a point where like you can kind of see the writing, but it was fine. Where it's like she says like we can't do them all at once. It's like there's kind of almost two contradictory, like we need 9 people, but we can't do them all at once.
Because if you do that, the magic and the blood runs out.
Yes.
Yeah, which is really just a way of saying like as a writer, I can't do. We have to have a reason they can't all die at once,
And that it
otherwise the
had to
show
be
won't
in
go 8 episodes.
Saturn's path. Or
Yes.
in something's path. I think it was Saturn.
So
But I thought that they don't all have to die at once or anything. So if 4 already died, then they'd still need 5. And if there's 7 people,
yeah. Well, so oh my God, that's so perfect because if you think so, okay, if you think about it, it's Shirley and whoever is her partner, right? Whether it's Floyd or the other person, if I'm right.
but
So dude, that's gotta be she's gotta be in on it with the other person because here's where I think we're going. Everybody's gonna die, and you're gonna get down to 3 people, and then they're gonna kill Floyd, and Shirley's gonna be like, I had to have my insurance policy or whatever. It would be great if that was like the second to last episode, and the entire last episode takes place in hell. Would be amazing. Not gonna happen, right? But what happens when Baphomet, like they're trying to evoke, right, this Baphomet, so they're wearing his visage, but I'm assuming at some point we're gonna actually get Baphomet, right? Not just some guy in a suit.
Oh.
oh, that'd be cool.
I just haven't been taking the Satanism stuff too seriously, I don't think, but I think you're right. There is more to it.
I think Shirley's dead serious about it.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has there's just been a couple exchanges with Floyd where she's been like very scholarly about it, She knows her shit.
Yeah, I think the Satanism is very serious. And
I hope so.
look, I hope so too.
Nothing I hate more than masquerading as Satanist for no reason, like God is a bullet. It's like
Right. Yeah, we really wanted occult shit, and that's not what we got.
yeah, I want,
I think
come
this
on.
is going to deliver.
I think so too.
Oh, now that you say that, yes, it is. Now, whether or not
Yeah,
we get a giant Baphomet, I don't know.
I don't know. But they've delivered on the gore, so I'm gonna hope that they deliver on the occult stuff too.
I'll bet we haven't even, dude. There's more gore coming. Like, because this episode was great, but it was compared to what we've seen previously, and compared to where I know they can go because of Flesh and Blood. This has been nothing.
Really? I thought the
Yeah.
heart was pretty gnarly.
It's pretty gnarly, but like, dude, I'm telling you,
I'm gonna start that up tonight because I need something to immerse in. And
I think it's in the first episode. There is a disemboweling. I'm almost sure it's the first episode, and it's just one of those things where it's like it's a declaration of intent. Like you're
Yeah.
watching the first episode and you're like, holy fuck, okay, cool. Like not pulling any punches. I'm here. Okay, cool.
I think this kind of did that too.
It
in
totally
the first
did.
episode. First we're served food that looks like a corpse, and then he flat out cooked this dude.
Yeah.
And his skin falls off.
There's people in this that are in that. It's another one of those series where they like use some of the
so it
same
really is
people.
It's Canadian horror story.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, no, but the one difference is they don't have like one person playing 9 roles and then asking them to like, can you play all 9 of those roles in the same episode? Because we decided we're going to tie it all together, even though we weren't going to originally. Whatever the fuck happens, we will be back to talk about this on a weekly basis. And man, I want some serious Satanist shit. I don't want just Satanists. I want Satanists to get what they want.
We want a giant Baphomet.
Did you
We're not
guys
going to get that, but
did you guys both watch American Horror Story 1984?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so while I was uncomfortable with them making Richard Ramirez a character, the moment where he actually gets imbued with powers from Satan, I was like, oh my fucking God, yes, yes. Oh, it was like,
It's all you ever wanted.
oh, but
It was
it's like,
great.
just if you're gonna fucking do it, do it. So hopefully this is gonna do it, because if it's just like, oh, it's not real, I'm just gonna be like, come on, man.
Yeah. I hate when things like when they use Satanism as a term. Like, give us more of the occult shit. I mean,
Yeah, like why is
why don't
everybody
we get
afraid
more
of
of that
doing
in
that?
horror?
Oh.
Like,
Not everybody is.
No, not everybody is. Not everybody
No.
is at all. But I feel like that,
People should do
look,
it more.
fucking Devil's
Yeah.
Reign. What year is Devil's Reign? Like Ernest Borgnine was more hardcore than so many motherfuckers from the last 30 or 40 years. Like,
What is the name? Have y'all seen Satanic Panic?
yeah, I didn't love it. I wanted to so much.
It was on my list. I don't think I saw it because you didn't like it and I forgot about it.
Don't
Do you
listen to
know
me.
who wrote it? Do you know
Grady
who wrote
Hendrix.
it? Yes, he did.
I
Oh,
was
shit.
so high on
Okay.
Grady Hendrix when I watched that, and I didn't read a single book he wrote after that for like 5 years.
It doesn't necessarily translate. I personally really enjoyed the film. It's not
Okay.
best ever, but it's probably more in line with the stuff that I really like versus the stuff Sean really likes.
I could see that, but there's a lot of crossover, and
I can have
also
fun with that shit.
Well, yes, of course, but this is ridiculous. This goes into ridiculous, stupid in a very specific way that I am just drawn to. So take that for what it's worth.
the one I fucking loved was We Summon Darkness.
Oh, I like that one.
I haven't seen that one.
The one where like at the end, like Johnny Knoxville shows up as the weird like preacher that's kind of behind everything. It's fucking great. I'm not going to tell you anything else about it. I really liked it.
I don't know if I believe you if Johnny Knoxville is involved.
It's a weird casting choice.
Believe it or not, Johnny Knoxville is delightful in stuff.
He's very good in
Really?
it. He's very good in it. Yeah.
He is not the Johnny Knoxville of old.
No, and he's not in it for
Okay.
very long either. It's mainly, like 3 chicks meet these like 3 ne'er-do-wells at a metal show in Indiana, and I forget what year it takes place in. I feel like it's in the 80s or 90s. And there's, some
It's not
80s.
super. It's not super good at like looking 100% 80s.
No, it's not.
They tried, but it is the 80s.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really even remember what it was about that one that made such an impression on me, but I really liked it.
Alexandra Daddario. That's the whole reason to watch the movie.
Okay, well, that's Hell Motel. And this is Slasher Party, and we'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, my name is Sean.
I'm Missy.
And Ivy, thank you for coming and doing the Slasher Party with us.
Thank
Hell
you
yeah.
for having me.
And man, if you've not read, I feel like I just need to like record a jingle at this point. Like if you've not read Tastes Like Candy, start there. Mallrats, Maulrats, Mother Dear, Tastes Like Candy 2. What are you waiting for? Seriously. Go get them.
Thank you.
hapless teenagers beset by demons in the woods. A strange new drug that turns art into murder. A can't beat a deal on a new house with a horrifying past. A video game that might usher in the apocalypse. From the demented mind of Sean C. Baker, author of a collection of desires, Shadow Play, and Murder Virus, comes Volume 4, collecting Baker's no sleep work along with several never-before-published short stories. This 99-cent volume also includes the opening chapter of the author's forthcoming teenage giallo novel, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, due out later this year.